I'm Bruce McEwen, professor and head of the Laboratory of Neuroendocrinology at the Rockefeller University in New York.
And I'm Richard Davidson, and I'm a professor and director of the Center for Healthy Minds at the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
How would you define the phrase emotional well-being?
Emotional well-being for a layperson is the competences which allow people to flourish, to be as optimal as they could be in their core aspects of human functioning. And I think it does not mean continuous happiness. We know that a person can have high levels of well-being and be sad in response to a loss. But it is being able to bounce back from adversity, having quality of resilience, and also a sense of purpose that are important constituents of this capacity.
And I would add that self-regulation and self-control is very important, along with perspective. That is, if one does feel badly, that one really puts it in perspective, knows that this too shall pass, and keeps one's behavior and emotions from getting out of control.
What are some components of emotional well-being?
We have come up with 4 key constituents of emotional well-being. Each of these constituents has been scientifically investigated, in fact, neuroscientifically investigated. And we believe these are 4 core components. The first one we call awareness, which is basic qualities of attention. We know that a wandering mind is an unhappy mind. The second component we call connection, which is about the emotions that facilitate successful interpersonal interaction. Emotions like appreciation, gratitude, kindness, compassion. The third component we call insight. Insight into how the self actually works. We all carry around a narrative about ourselves. And at the extreme, we have a person who's depressed, who has a narrative about their low self-esteem, and they actually believe the narrative. And so developing a healthy relationship to this narrative is part of emotional well-being. The fourth component we call purpose. And this is about an individual identifying their true north, their core purpose in life, and most importantly, aligning their everyday behavior with their core purpose.
Is there a need for more research on emotional well-being?
I think that emotional well-being is really a public health need. I think that we often respond to illness in considering new treatments. This is a way to go further upstream and to help people to express their full potential in ways that I believe can prevent or at least ameliorate the severity of the impact of adversity that surely we all encounter. And so I think that really for our population as a whole, this is something really important.
And I think our society has too often relied on drugs to solve all of our problems, tranquilizers and antidepressants. And we know that they don't work on everybody, and they certainly don't solve the problem. And I think we're now in an era where we realize that we can help people help themselves through further research, not only on children, which is very important to give them the right start in their lives, but also in adults, because we now realize that there is plasticity in the brain, and it's possible to direct that with appropriate interventions.
For more information, please visit nccih.nih.gov.